Good morning, everyone. This is Curtis Williams, and I want to do a commentary on everything that I've seen on these YouTube streets. Mainly, all the things that have been going on as far as how we treat each other on these YouTube streets. The way I see it is, we have way too many people wanting to use social media to build their own name, to make themselves prominent and look great in other people's eyes, to get a following. And so they don't care who they hurt. They don't care how they conduct themselves. They don't care if they don't care how they don't care how they're gonna they don't care how they conduct themselves as long as they get what they want, which is to make themselves prominent and have a name for themselves. Dr. Rogers, who I'm very I admire her as far as how she conducts herself. I don't know her apart from YouTube. I just know how she conducts herself on YouTube and everything. I feel like she has a lot of great things to say. She's not the only one. There's many others that I totally respect. And she made a great video about how we conduct ourselves, how people willing to lie, how people willing to exaggerate, just to manipulate the masses for their own benefit. You know, the R. Kelly situation is a perfect example of this. As many of you will know, you've seen me on YouTube, you'll know that I am 100% R. Kelly supporter. It wasn't always like this, by the way. In fact, I'll give you my little journey. When I first saw the docu series, Lifetime docu series, all 6 parts, I naturally believed it because the accusers seemed so sincere. And then I started seeing other channels, both supporting him, both not supporting him, and I came to the position that I am now, where I support R. Kelly. I would not be a supporter if I wasn't 100% convinced of his innocence. Let me change that, because I don't know everything. So you can never, unless you're on the inside, you can never be 100% sure. You can never be 100% certain. But I'm sure that he's innocent, and so I conduct myself as such. And people who have a different opinion of me, that's their right to have that, because we're all on the outside looking in. And the problem is because this is such an explosive situation, R. Kelly being famous and all, that we have this kind of energy on both sides, and you have people that use it to build their own following. They're charismatic. They know how to use things to manipulate our thinking. And so I'm not saying that there are people that don't have sincerity as far as their position on this, but we have a lot of people who are very, very shady when it comes to using manipulation to gain a following. It's really sad because, as Dr. Rogers said, and she's right, that there's so many people that are going through injustices that we don't know about, that don't have money, don't have the resources to fight against a federal government that is invested in guilt. The reason why, for example, you have overcrowdings in jails is because they make money in getting and having prisoners, having inmates. You know, they're invested in seeing people in jails breaking their own laws, breaking the Constitution, just so they can have people in jail. They don't care about justice or injustice. They don't care about whether a person is truly innocent or truly guilty. They don't care. But because they don't get publicity, you know, like the Rodney Reed thing. I didn't know anything about him until a month ago. Because he's not a celebrity. And there's so many other cases that are out there that we don't know about because they don't get the publicity that celebrities on the whole get. So when you have that going on, you have people that are willing to use the celebrity of others to manipulate people's thinking. And instead of having energy as far as what is going on in our communities as a whole, we're being drawn to have energy in something that we feel like is a movement and that we can take part of and then pretend that we have a vested interest in justice, for example. And that's the sad part, because we live in a society where if we can exploit people, we'll do it. We don't have any compassion for each other. We don't have any compassion for those that are hurting. However way we can manipulate so that we can get our own way, we're going to do it. The Bible says that the love of money is the root of all evil. And it is so true. And even more importantly, people want a name. They want clout. Like Cardi B said, they'll do anything for clout. And that's one of the most truthful things that I've seen. And we have to understand that there's more to life than trying to build your name off of these YouTube streets. And what's sad is that there's many people that feel that because of what's going on in these YouTube streets and in social media, that they're willing to just back away when they have an important message and an important platform on their own. And it's sad because if you're not charismatic, if you're not saying what you want to say, if they're not saying what you want them to say, if they have an opinion that you don't like, you hate them. And there are platforms that I left, and I won't even say their names because it's not even worth all that. But I'm going to say one last thing, because this is a perfect example of what I mean about people building a platform off of the whole R. Kelly thing. I'll give you a perfect example. And I'm going to name her name because I don't have a big platform and I don't have a lot of people following me, and I don't care. I don't care. Tasha K. And the funny thing is that after the docuseries happened, I wanted to educate myself on what was going on. So as I said, I followed people that were for or against. watched Tasha K and I watched all her videos on the R. Kelly thing. And I mean, she's devoted a lot on him, and we can tell that she's built her platform virtually off his name, off of her position that he is the scum of the earth, more or less, that he's the face of pedophilia, and that he's a perverted monster. So I watched all the videos, but what we can see is that she's willing to lie and exaggerate to present a narrative against R. Kelly. And this is the perfect example of what I mean about people who are using R. Kelly's name for their own benefit, whether it's the truth, whether it's not the truth. And that's sad because I'm sorry, but I have to live my own self. I'm not famous. I don't want to be famous. But I want to be able to live myself. I'm 43. I'll be 44 in December. When I die, I want people to that knew me be like, you know what? I didn't always like how this. I always liked him, but at least he was real, integrity. He had a character that wanted to have integrity and be truthful with people. And I can't live myself. Being the type of person that sold myself out, sold my own character out, just for the approval of other people. That's not cool. So, with regards to the Tasha K's and all of them, it's all about basically building up their own platform so that they can succeed in the media and make this money, get this bag. And they don't care if the truth is out there. The funny part is that she's going in this narrative about, the Kelly sisters, for example. And it's out there that what she's saying is a lie. And she don't care. And that's the epitome of what we have in the blogosphere. Nobody cares about the truth. Nobody cares whether even if they're right. Is whether they are getting the tea and people are drawn to that. This has to stop. It has to stop. And that's why we got people changing their voices to pretend that they're something that they're not. They're not willing to show their faces because they're saying things that appeal to those that have the same mindset instead of stepping back and saying, wait a minute, whoa, what's up with this? Having a discerning eye and a discerning ear and a discerning mind. So, as far as I'm concerned, this is a long video. I hope this is actually able to be posted. I'm I do this off a phone. I don't have, the technology to really do these videos. But I do have. When I have things to say, I say it. I post it, and I don't care. They say if a tree falls in the forest, does anyone hear it? That's how it is when it comes to these videos of mine. I don't have subscribers, and as I said, I'm not the most charismatic personality out there. But I say what I said. I'm not going to mute myself because what I have to say is popular or not. I'm going to say what I'm going to say. And so, as far as I'm concerned, it's sad that our community is not educated. We're not discerning on what's right. And this is all I have to say. I hope everyone has a great holiday season. We're nearing Thanksgiving. It's almost 2020. That's crazy. And so, I hope everyone just be mindful, love each other, respect each other.